Good evening. Today is June 13th, and we're here at the Parks and Recreation Board meeting. We like to start, as we do with every meeting, with the salute to the flag. Please join me and put your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag Thank you. Mr. Thompson, please call roll.
Chair Maisha Gamino.
Here.
Vice Chair Lori Durbin. Board Member Ashley Ramsey.
Here.
Board Member Ara Masurlian. Board Member Mickey DiPaolo.
Here.
Note the absence of Vice Chair Lori Durbin and Board Member Ara Masurlian. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chad. And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Nick Perez, who has some announcements for us today.
Good evening, Chair Misha Gamino and members of the board. Thank you to everyone for joining us today, this evening. My name is Nicholas Pettis. I'm a Facility Attendant 2 for the Burbank Parks and Recreation Department. Tonight, I have the pleasure of sharing the department's program announcements and updates. Please begin the slideshow. The Betsy Luque Creative Arts Center quarterly invites you to the latest gallery show. The instructor show highlights the creative works of our very own instructors. Learn more about this exhibit and other upcoming exhibits at burbankca.gov/blcac. Dig Day. We are seeking volunteers for our next Dig Day on June 15th at Stowe Canyon Park. Lend a helping hand by cleaning up litter, weeding, and planting. To learn more and register for this event, visit burbankparks.com. Go Skate Day. Join us on Friday, June 21st from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Valley Skate Park for Go Skate Day. Enjoy free skating, music, food, and activities. The free event is open to all ages and skill levels. Visit burbankca.gov/skatepark to learn more about this event and the latest skate park news. Moonlight Hikes. Join us on Friday, June 21st and Monday, June 22nd at our next staff-led Moonlight Hikes Up to the View. Hike times vary based on sunset times. Visit burbankparks.com to register today. Starlight Bowl 2024 Summer Concerts. The Parks and Recreation Department is looking forward to bringing another exciting summer of entertainment at the Starlight Bowl. The summer season will kick off on the 4th of July. Will be a spectacular fireworks show and performances by Billy Nation and Mirage. The 2024 schedule will feature artists such as Yachtly Crew, the Fab Four, Taylor Nation Tribute, and more. Purchase your tickets for a great time under the stars at www.starlightbowl.com or in person at the Betsy Luque Creative Arts Center located at 1100 West Clark Avenue. For more information, please visit www.starlightbowl.com or call 818-238-5397. Kitten Adoption Fair. Kitten adoption fairs are back at the Burbank Animal Shelter. Visit the shelter at 1150 North Victory Place during our kitten fairs to meet adorable kittens currently in the shelter's foster program. Adopt your next best friend and learn more about fostering for the shelter. You won't want to miss the perfect opportunity. That was a good one. Upcoming fairs will be held on Saturday, June 22nd and July 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you, Leadership Burbank. The Burbank Animal Shelter and Parks and Recreation would like to thank the Leadership Burbank class of 2024 for selecting the shelter as their project recipient. Their project, A Cause for Paws, successfully transformed several underutilized areas at the shelter to provide an additional dog play yard and a new dog run, and renovated the existing turtle pond. After several months of fundraising, which included a widely successful community event, the class surpassed fundraising goals, raising a total of $68,000. The new additions allow for more exercise space for the dogs and allow multiple dogs to be shown at once to potential adopters, improving their quality of life while staying at the animal shelter and increasing their chance of being adopted. Burbank Arts Beautification Program. The City of Burbank Cultural Arts Commission, in partnership with the Parks and Recreation Department and the Public Works Department, is pleased to announce a new phase of our Burbank Arts Beautification Program. The program aims to help beautify our community. The Burbank Arts Beautification Program is dedicated to exhibiting visual art outside the constraints of museums and galleries. To that end, various utility boxes throughout the city will be painted with original art inspired by the theme of Diverse City. Artists will be selected through a competitive process. The City of Burbank Parks and Recreation Department is now accepting applications. The deadline to submit the applications and supplementary materials is Friday, June 14th, 2024 by 5 p.m. Visit www.burbankarts.com/projects to learn more. Sporting events. Come cheer on the Los Angeles Dodgers and the LA Galaxy at one of the upcoming Burbank Days. Tickets for the July 21st Dodger game are available for purchase until June 20th. Visit burbankparks.com to purchase tickets today. Coyote encounter tips. Spring has arrived, and with spring comes more coyote activity. Remember to take precautions to keep pets safe. Next time you encounter coyote, remember to get big, get loud, and shout, "Go away, coyote." Visit coyotehazing.com for more information. 311 app. Our Burbank 311 app provides instant access to city services. Your next forestry service or animal service request is just one click away. Available for download on the App Store and Google Play stores or online at 311.burbankca.gov. Hiring full-time veterinarians. Are you a skilled and compassionate veterinarian with a deep love for animals? Do you believe every animal deserves a second chance at a happy and healthy life? If that sounds like you or someone you know, we encourage you to visit burbankanimalshelter.org to learn more about the open full-time veterinarian position. July is Parks and Rec Month. This July, celebrate where you belong with the Department of Parks and Recreation. This month-long celebration highlights the impacts of Parks and Recreation. Join the City of Burbank for Parks and Recreation Month this July as we celebrate how Burbank is stronger, more vibrant, and more resilient because of the Parks and Recreation Department. Learn more about Parks and Rec Month by following along on Instagram and Facebook at Burbank_Parks and Rec or online at burbankca.gov/JulyIsPRmonth. Aleppo Pine Tree MND. The City of Burbank is currently undergoing the California Environmental Quality Act CEQA process for the Aleppo Pine Tree Removal and Replacement Project. A mitigated negative declaration, MND, has been prepared and is now available for public review at www.burbankca.gov/AleppoMND. The MND details the assessment of the potential environmental impacts of the project and the measures the city will implement to mitigate those impacts. The MND is now available for a 45-day public comment period ending on Monday, July 15, 2024. We invite members of the community to review the document and provide any feedback. Any comments or questions regarding the Aleppo Pine Trees MND can be submitted to Aleppo Pine Trees MND at burbankca.gov. It is anticipated that the project MND will be presented at the City Council meeting for their consideration on Tuesday, August 27, 2024. For more information, visit www.burbankca.gov/AleppoMND. Follow us. Stay in the loop with the latest Parks and Recs updates by connecting with us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you. This concludes the department's announcements.
Thank you so much, Nick. Good job. I will just reiterate your thanks. So thank you, and also thank you for acknowledging Leadership Burbank. I was so excited to see what they did with the shelter. So just want to reiterate that thank you that you said. And as a reminder, the Cultural Arts Commission Beautification Program, as Nick said, the deadline is tomorrow. So if anyone's interested, please be sure to apply. Thanks again. Okay, are there any presentations? None. Okay, what about a department director report? Ms. Garcia?
There are none.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now is the time for our public comment period. So for anyone who's interested in speaking, please present a yellow general public comment card to the recording secretary. You may speak on any matter related to the Parks and Recreation Board. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per person. In order to promote fairness, please stay within your maximum allotted time of 3 minutes. A timer is available on the podium to help the speaker keep track of how much time is left. Please start by stating your name for the record. I also encourage anyone who's watching from home to call in during the general public comment period at 818-238-3335, 818-238-3335. Callers will be placed in a queue until all in-person comments have been received. For callers, please remember to lower the volume on your TV or computer. Take your phone off a speaker when you deliver your public comment. At this time, we will begin with any in-person comments. Are there any in-person comments?
There are no in-person comments.
Thank you so much. Are there any callers who have dialed in?
There are no callers on the queue.
Okay, with that then, we will close public comment period. Thank you so much. Are there any written communications? Ms. Garcia?
And there are no written communications.
Okay, no written communication. So then we move on to any park board comments. Board members, do you have any comments? Yes, Mr. DiPaolo.
Thank you, Aisha. I just wanted to thank Park and Recreation staff for the wonderful support they all gave our Memorial Day ceremony this past Memorial Day at McCambridge Park. We had a wonderful turnout. It was a very special ceremony, as we remembered two of our committee members, too, that passed away, Pat Wamsley and Michael McDaniel. And like I said, without the staff, we wouldn't be able to function out there as a group, because they're so supportive of us from the times we have our meetings to the day of the ceremonies. And we're very, very grateful that they lend us such wonderful support. And it just shows what the city and what our department's all about when it comes time to, serving our veterans and their families, especially the families that are, mourning the death of their loved one or friend. And so I just want to thank everybody for the wonderful, wonderful job, and we appreciate it. And I thank you on behalf of all veterans and their families. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, without there being any additional comments, then we will close the park board comments area and move on to new business. So the first is the Media District Specific Plan Update. I'd like to introduce Joseph from the Community Development Department. Just right here. Joseph, would you mind saying your last name so I could say it correctly?
Oh, no problem. Pangilinan.
Pangilinan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Looking
May I
forward to your
have the
presentation.
presentation up, please?
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Will do. Good evening, members of the Park, Recreation, and Community Service Board. My name is Joseph Pangilinan, Associate Planner with CDD Planning and the Project Manager for the, and we're the project members of the MDSP Update. I'm joined here tonight with Amanda Landry, the Project Manager of the MDSP Update. Our team has come before the board with one our team has come before the board with one previous update to provide general information about the purpose and intent of the project. Tonight, I'll be providing the board with an overview of the complete administrative draft of the MDSP update, and we'll be asking the board for some general feedback about how the plan can further support its goals to emphasize contextual development, encourage transit-oriented growth, and facilitate streamlined housing production. Sorry, I think the remote's not working. All right, thank you. Could you move on to the next slide, please? Thank you. We are currently in the plan refinement and consideration stages of the project with at least one more public workshop ahead. The That workshop will be tentatively scheduled for August 15 and is intended to solicit more comprehensive comments from the public after they've had a chance to more thoroughly review the draft plan. Next slide, please. The Media District Specific Plan Update contains 8 chapters followed by appendices. The 8 chapters are currently available and the appendices will be released with the final draft. The first 2 chapters are the Executive Summary and Introduction. Chapter 1, the Executive Summary provides a guide on how to use the document from the perspective of a community member, property owner, or developer, and as someone that works for the City of Burbank. Chapter 2, the Introduction, describes the purpose of the specific plan and provides the overall vision of the Media District and clarifies that the overall goals of the specific plan, which are, as I said, emphasize contextual development, encourage transit-oriented growth, facilitate streamlined housing production. Next slide, please. Chapter 3, Outreach, describes the various outreach effort tools and materials used to engage the city's residents, business owners, and other stakeholders. Highlights from the chapter are the descriptions of the extensive outreach efforts over the past 2 years, including 17 presentations about the ongoing planning effort, including walking tours, listening sessions, neighborhood meetings, community workshops, both virtual and in person, stakeholder briefings, lectures to UCLA graduate students, and presentations to the City Council, Planning Commissions, and other city boards and commissions. Next slide, please. As previously mentioned, the project team's engagement efforts are ongoing, with one more workshop and more presentations to the city's boards and commissions planned throughout the summer and early fall. The project team will use the feedback to ensure the final plan is updated and represents a well-balanced set of policies and development standards that emphasize contextual development, encourages transit-oriented growth, and facilitates streamlined housing production. Next slide, please. Chapter 4 covers the Media District profiling characteristics and describes the transportation, housing, and economic characteristics of the plan area as compared to the regional context. The chapter also includes relevant city plans and policies that the project team referred to during the drafting of the MDSP update. Next slide, please. The Media District is also a major regional employment center with approximately 69,000 jobs within its boundaries, which represents a significant job to housing imbalance, resulting in a heavy flow of around 67,400 people commuting into the district for work, compared to only 2,600 people commuting out of the district. This emphasizes one of the reasons for the MBSP's update effort, which is to address the jobs to housing imbalance and subsequent traffic impacts by facilitating the development of housing closest to where the jobs and transportation resources are. Next slide, please. Chapter 5. The Land Use and Urban Forum chapter contains the objective development standards intended to support the goals of the MDSP update. The chapter also contains an updated comprehensive land use table with definitions. The land use table includes new uses and modifications to the permissibility of some existing uses in response to the feedback received from residents, business owners, and changing business practices. This chapter also sets forth the regulations for existing transfer development rights process to allow landowners to sell development rights to other interested parties who can then use them at designated locations at the core of the district, away from low-density residential neighborhoods. Next slide, please. Chapter 6, the Mobility chapter, contains the strategies and supportive policies necessary to facilitate a safe and efficient multimodal transportation system to support the future development of the Media District. The project team heard from many residents, business owners, and developers about pedestrian safety, concerns about traffic congestion, and a lack of reliable public transportation options. In response, the Mobility chapter establishes goals to create a multimodal, active, engaged, human-oriented streetscape network, support future development that creates greater access to alternate modes of transportation, improve safety for all modes of transportation, and ensure efficient parking management in the Media District. In support of the goal of these goals, the chapter includes specific standards for mobility infrastructure, transportation demand management, and parking. Next slide, please. Because many of the major concerns we heard were related to parking, particularly around the commercial corridor along Riverside Drive, Chapter 6 addresses these concerns through strategies such as permit parking, priced parking, parking benefit districts, and shared and unbundled parking. Next slide, please. Chapter 7, or the Infrastructure Chapter, addresses utilities and infrastructure through a discussion of public facilities, water supply, energy, and sewage systems. The infrastructure covered in the chapter includes water, recycled water systems, sewer, stormwater, energy, traffic systems, and telecommunications. Work is ongoing on this chapter, which will culminate in the analysis of existing capacity and potential improvements necessary to city infrastructure to meet future demands. Next slide, please. Chapter 8, the implementation section, establishes the strategy necessary to effectively implement the vision and goals of the plan. The chapter specifies which development projects may be approved by right. Development projects that are consistent with the goals, policies, and development standards of the MDSP shall proceed to the appropriate building division application processes. All other development projects shall be considered as discretionary projects. Work is ongoing to ensure the final plan includes a comprehensive and realistic implementation plan that will facilitate development consistent with the goals, policies, and development standards of the plan. Next slide, please. Recreation and open space needs will come with the coming development in the Media District specific plan area. We come to this board to request your input since we are studying what public amenities are desired or need improvements so we can potentially incorporate them into any revisions of this draft plan as community benefits in exchange for additional development opportunities. Next slide, please. The administrative draft is now available for public review, and the team will be soliciting feedback from the public over the summer and early fall. In addition, the project team will be making presentations to the city's boards and commissions throughout the summer and early fall as well. The final specific plan will incorporate revisions to the draft plan based on stakeholder feedback and is expected to be ready by fall 2024. Planning Commission and City Council hearings to consider the final plan are expected to take place in winter 2024. Next slide, please. Members of the public that are interested in this project are also encouraged to reach out to the city project team listed on the screen. In addition to phone calls and emails, staff are also available to meet in person with interested people who are not able to participate in any planned in-person events. Next slide, please. That concludes the staff presentation, and staff now request the board's feedback on how to further support the overarching goals of the plan. We're available for any questions the board may have. Thank you.
Board members, do you have any questions? No. Well, thank you for this report. It is quite a bit to digest, so
Yes.
I look forward to continuing to learn more, but your presentation was very thorough. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed seeing some of the changes, proposed changes, including making the bridges that cross the 134 quite a bit more accessible, really, easier to walk through them or easier to cross.
Yes.
That's a big one. I think many of us who cross over and do that walk or the bike ride would be looking forward to that. And then I also appreciate seeing all the work on accessibility too, like updating the crosswalks, the curb ramps. I think I saw something about when you push the button, it will tell people that you can cross.
Oh,
right?
yes, the light up crosswalks.
Yeah. So there's quite a bit in here, and I really appreciate the update.
Thank you.
Look forward to more.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I do have one question. When is the expected timeline for implementation?
So,
Like,
so
I
the
mean-
so the implementation part is, I mean, it's not just it's not. There's like I guess short-term and long-term aspects to it. So it's not. So that doesn't. I guess I can't really give you like a specific amount of time. But we have the project manager to provide more information on that.
Hi, good evening. Amanda Landry, CDD Planning. So for implementation of the plan itself, as soon as council adopts it, if they adopt it, the rules and regulations would be in place for the public to use. So if developers were coming in, they could immediately start using those. We hope to get to the council sometime in late winter at the latest. And then the implementation items that the city would be responsible for, they are noted in Chapter 8, and it describes sort of like the priority and what sequence those would be going on.
thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Okay, next is a McCambridge poll update. I know we are all looking forward to this. Mr. Ceballos, look forward to your update.
Chair Gamino, Chair Gamino, Diego Ceballos. Today, I'm Assistant Park and Recreation Director over Recreation Services. Today, I'm giving you a brief presentation on the McCambridge Park Pool update. We're going to hold off on the slideshow until the end, and I have a couple of images that I'd like to show you about the current project and where we've been and where we currently are today. So the McCambridge Pool was constructed in 1957 and is owned, operated, and maintained by the city of Burbank. The pool has a surface area of 11,000 square feet and a pool volume of 397,000 gallons of water. The pool features 8 50-meter long course lane line setup with 2 shallow ends and a diving well. The structure of the pool tank is reinforced, cast in place concrete with a painted finish, not your typical plaster pool. The pool layout enables the department to offer a wide range of programming opportunities. The department offers seasonal aquatics programs that include programs for people of all ages, including the Learn to Swim program, lap swimming, youth aquatic sports, and seasonal recreation swim. Additionally, facility rentals are offered to swim teams, and private priority reservations are also available. The department, through a joint use agreement, also provides support to 130 Burbank Unified School District athletes by allowing them to use the McCambridge pool while they undergo a pool renovation of their own at the Burbank High School Aquatics Facility. This occurs during the school year. The McCambridge pool is nearing the end of its useful service life and will require replacement in future years. In the near term, the McCambridge Pool Repair Project was developed to strategically extend the pool's operating life for another 5 years until a more comprehensive replacement program can be deployed. The Public Works Department developed the scope of work for this project with support of the Park and Recreation Department. Following a competitive bid process, the McCambridge Pool Project Repair was awarded by Council on January 30th, 2024 to Condor, Inc., a company specializing in commercial pool construction. The pool repair project commenced on February 14th, 2024, and the scope of work included the following, and it's quite extensive, so bear with me. The pool tank was refinished, and all of the markings on the pool tank were removed by way of sandblasting. There was a coat refinishing to the entire pool tank interior with a non-slip surface. There was an installation of new piping for chemical pumps, cleaning of existing filter tanks, installation of new pool plumbing and equipment, including chemical storage tanks. Exciting for me, installation of a variable frequency drive to enhance energy efficiency. And what this basically is our pool motor runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at full capacity. What a variable frequency driver does is it dims that capacity when the pool is not at its operational capacity, saving the city on energy costs. Additionally, there was an installation of 2 energy-efficient pool heaters, the modernization of electrical infrastructure to support the new equipment, and there was minor pool deck repairs. The project was completed on May 20th to ensure the timely start of our summer season. The pool reopened to the public on May 28th, meeting all County of Los Angeles Department of Health guidelines and standards. As part of the department's long-term vision for the McCambridge Pool, staff began developing a strategic plan for the replacement of this facility. This plan includes a multi-year, multi-phase project that will ultimately lead to the redevelopment of the McCambridge Pool with upgrades to the new upgrades that include a new pool, lap swim pool, activity pool, water slide, play features, a new pool deck, new equipment room, renovated locker rooms, and staff offices. The estimated cost for this project is approximately $15 million. Phase one of this project will encompass design services, which includes a survey to identify utilities, topography, structures, a schematic design to identify building, pool and site amenities, and a construction cost estimate and phasing recommendations. So that is all in phase one. Phase one of this project is included in the capital improvement program for fiscal year 24-25 and will be partially funded through a $1.5 million grant that we received. I'd like to pause for a moment now to give a big thank you to Assembly Member Friedman's office for her support in getting us state allocated funding for this project. To conclude, the city's vision for the McCambridge Pool is to develop a comprehensive swimming facility that offers a wide range of innovative, diverse programs. The new pool will serve individuals of all ages, ability levels, families, and athletes alike. Before we conclude my presentation, let me just go through the slides and we'll show you the project. All right, that is the McCambridge Pool. As I indicated earlier, that pool surface is a concrete pool surface that's been painted over. Not much has changed since 1957. You can vouch for that? Okay. If we can go to the next slide, please. So back in the backdrop of the first photo, there's the variable frequency drivers. We still have the original motor to this pool. On the right-hand side is the pool vats, and so new chemical storage tanks. Again, a lot of safety features to ensure that the chlorine and the acid are encapsulated in such a way that it's safe for our staff to manage and mitigate and implement the disinfection of our pools. If I can get the next slide, please. A new chemical control reader was also installed. This chemical reader will be able to be hooked up to an Ethernet cord cable that will give us real-time accounts of what the chemical readings are at the pool remotely. If we can get the next photo, please. So, gosh, we went out to bid. We awarded the contract in January, or Public Works did. They were really diligent about starting the project on time, on schedule, and we were able to open this summer. That's a picture of our first day of swim at the McCambridge Pool. A couple of things that you should be able to clearly see is the crystal clear water that's in that pool, right? So we had many years of oxidation of that paint that was creating cloudiness in the water. Just the higher rate of turnover, the more efficient way that we're disinfecting that pool gives us a lot more clarity. What you also are seeing is staff on the aquatic side purchase what we're calling A-Flex, an amusement feature, and it's an obstacle course for the kids to engage in that facility. If I can get the next photo, please. And this is the event that we held to accept a check from Assemblymember Friedman's office. We invited the Burbank High School swim team and water polo team to give her an audience for that event. And again, we're very grateful. So this concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions. This is going on week 3 of our summer pool operations, and so far things are going great at the McCambridge Pool.
Board members, any questions or comments? Thank you for the presentation and for all these great updates. It's while it certainly looks better and it certainly is a great upgrade for our community, I'm really excited about the energy efficient pool heaters and the new electrical infrastructure and the variable frequency drive, all to help our environment and give people an opportunity to swim in the pools in an environmentally friendly way. So thank you so much for that.
Great, thank you. I encourage you guys to come out, visit us at the pools this summer. Both the Verdugo Aquatics Facility and the McCambridge Pool are available 7 days a week currently. Thank you.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Excellent presentation. Okay, and now let's move to the consent calendar. All matters listed in the consent calendar are considered routine by department staff and may be enacted by the board in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless before the board votes to remove any item or just approve it with one motion. Board member, staff, or the public may request specific items to be removed from the consent calendar in a separate action. Remove consent items will be discussed separately. So within the consent calendar are the minutes, the council agenda items update, contract compliance, park patrol report, the department, and the department operations update, of which there are multiple updates. So with that, do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve the minutes as is.
Second?
Thank you so much. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. It's been approved. And with that, are there any tabled items? No? Okay, are there any additional comments from the board? Yes, Mr. DiPaolo.
I should have, thank you for that great report, Diego. McCambridge Pool is like 67 years old, and I remember the day it opened in 1957. So, and that was the whole park there, the building and the pool was built, on a bond issue. And Dewey Krukerberg, who was our director at that time, he was a pretty visionary man. And that, if memory serves me correctly, I think that was one of the first 50-meter municipal pools in the United States. He did the mercury vapor lighting at Olive. He just, he had a high school education, but he was very astute in parks and recreation, especially parks. And to see that pool, and I remember, working at the pool, I remember going in the pool, it's to last like it has, and it's been several times that I had to do preventive maintenance on it, but still, the workmanship on it from 1957 has really prolonged the life, obviously. And I really look forward to all the new things coming in there. It's going to be great for our community and the surrounding community. And once again, thank you, Diego.
Thank you so much, Commissioner DiPaolo. And with that, we are going to adjourn our meeting in memory of Ronnie Edwin Mendez. Ronnie passed away, and you can see a photo of Ronnie on our screens. Ronnie passed away at the young age of 41 on July 3rd. He worked at Parks and Recreation for 6.5 years, and during his tenure as recreation leader in the sports office, Ronnie inspired youth and adult participants through his leadership and dedication. Ronnie displayed a passion for mentorship and was a lifelong athlete who enjoyed baseball, coaching, and serving as an umpire. Ronnie was a loyal fan of the Los Angeles Lakers and the Dodgers. Ronnie fulfilled his dream of being a high school teacher and a coach when he began his career with the Los Angeles Unified School District. After leaving the city of Burbank, he relocated to Santa Maria, where he continued teaching and coaching. It is now my honor to adjourn this meeting in the name of our past employee, our dear Ronnie Edwin Mendez. So with that, I'd like to conclude this meeting until August. Thank you so much.